Hello, everyone, and welcome into this amazing episode. I am so excited about this. I got very, very lucky at the flea market the other day, and I gotta tell you, this box is completely loaded with some of the most amazing treasures I've had the opportunity to buy in several months. So, I was minding my own business at HARTVILLE Flea Market, and one of my longtime, I would say, friends in the business stopped me, and she said, "When you have time, can you please come over to my booth and take a look at something I've set aside for you?" So she had decided to sell off her jewelry collection that she had amassed over, I believe, probably 40 or so years. I don't know how long she had worked on this, but please stay tuned because there's amazing things in this box. And I'll ask you now, just by seeing this, and it's a very large box that kind of goes up and down, but I would say to you, would you have bought this for $2,500? And this isn't all inclusive because there was a very large gold, 14 karat gold pocket watch and a few other scrap gold pieces that I have already sold. So, would you have bought this box for 2,500? I want to show you this because I feel it's very important. She did write me a small card, and this is a vintage greeting card, and it says to a special friend, and then it has a beautiful saying on the inside of the card. And then on the verso on the back, she wrote this, and I did block out the husband's name and I did block out her name because she chose me over, 10 or 15 other buyers of jewelry at the flea market. And I don't want any hurt feelings out there in the world that she kind of picked me. And it just says, "Hi, Jason. Thank you so much for doing this for me." She wanted me to take this box, look through it, and then pay her in like a couple weeks or whatever, like a month. And I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I looked through it on the back of her car. I sat with her. We laughed. We almost cried. And then we laughed again. And I offered her $2,200 for the box. And then I wound up paying her $2,400. Went to my car and kind of looked through it again, realized I owed her at least another hundred, so I went back to her and I gave her another $100. So this was $2,500. Because of the watch and the scrap gold that I sold, I'm definitely going to be ahead. And she wanted me to make money on this, and she knows because she watches my videos. And it says, "Hi, Jason. Thank you so much for doing this for me. Also, thank you for helping me get through the worst winter of my life. Winters are always difficult for me, but the loss of," and then she said, "was devastating. But I had you to keep me company. Watching your videos was my therapy. You taught me so much about lots of antiques and jewelry." And that's odd because she has been in the business, I think, I don't know how long she had been doing this, but many, many decades. She's been in general line antiques, linens, quilts, jewelry, decorative arts. Oh, she loved vintage glassware and vintage art pottery from Ohio, like Roseville and Weller. Very knowledgeable woman as well. A fixture at auctions as well. Like every auction you'd go to, past like south of Akron, she was there. But she said, "Not only are you very knowledgeable, but you are also hilarious, made me laugh a lot. You express your emotions so well. I can't do that, but you are amazing." And that's interesting because I'd always thought like we were kind of just more business than friends, like when I, buy from her. But then I realized I've always been friends with her, it felt that way. Thought I knew you, but no. And then it just went on to say more about me. And then she signed it. And she also said she was sorry for the loss of my dad and to tell my mom as well. So I just was very happy to know that my videos educate and also make people feel great when they're sad. Let's get into this. And this was the one piece I was thinking of keeping for myself. So I had looked through the box, like I said, and most of it was going to be resale. And if I decide, or I should say, when I decide to sell these items, they will come to a bully run sale. Likely, by the airing of this video, because the chronological of my videos, I would say I would probably sell this by June. I'm sorry, probably into July, like July 1st. Tuesday, July 1st might be the best because of the consignments we were working on. This is sterling silver and Mexican, extremely well made, and I don't know what the stone is. I do believe that it might just be glass or crystal. It's definitely not aquamarine, because if it was, I would just retire now. I would just say, okay, I'm done with the business, but that's definitely either like a light blue topaz or it could be just glass. But those facets are very crisp. So it's not very cold to the touch either. Let me put that back in here and let me set this over here. And I forgot to welcome all the new subscribers. So thank you for being here. This is just gold plated onyx and possibly, no, that's a little crystal. Need to get these things cleaned up because they just got into me, like I said, just got them in. Don't know what we have going on here, but a man in uniform of some sort. I'm really bad at these things, but I do have a lot of people who know locally. So if anyone out there knows what this is for, if you want to put it in the comment section, that would be wonderful. You'll save me a little bit of time for research. Butterfly wing, I knew this was in here, but look how great this one is. Used to be on an old ribbon. I've often told people these were never really on chains. They were almost always tied onto ribbons, and that is a natural butterfly wing, and that's blue morpho butterfly with a tiny little baby flying across that blue sky, set in sterling silver bezel. And what's wonderful is you don't find them often double-sided or in that good of condition. Let's see here what we got. This is just some sort of costume jewelry metal, but a beautiful mottled stone of some sort. Could be glass, could be gemstone. I'll take a closer look at that as well. This was really cool. And I started my years of buying and selling in the costume jewelry world, and it was always vintage. This is probably Czechoslovakian. Those are all rhinestones. It is missing the pin stem, but that's a very easy fix. Look at those brass legs and the size of this. I would say if it had its pin stem, I would still sell that today for like $45. Other people tried to get more. They tried to get like, 65, 75. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but that's how I've stayed in business. I don't bank on potential money. So yeah, if you're interested in anything in the video, it'll probably be coming up. And let me show you that information. And that was a sterling ring and just art class. Sorry, I didn't say that. Bully Run Coffee. So if you wonder where we sell on YouTube, it's under Bully Run Coffee. And what you need to do is send over your basic information to bullyrunantiques@gmail.com. Take a screenshot of that, YouTube name, real name, shipping address, email for invoice, and phone number. So there will be an appropriate preview for this if we decide to do it on that July. I think I'm going to go maybe Tuesday, July 1st at this rate. But I was so excited. This is Art and Company or Art Company. And these are just glass cabochon and rhinestone and faux pearl, very reminiscent of Florenza, but that's a sizable version. And red and rhinestones is always more difficult. Look at the way it pushes the light back to you. Very Victorian in style. I would say other people would try again to get, 65, 75. I'd be happy with maybe like 35. This is just gold plated. You can tell by the surface. And down in here, it's probably, 18K. And then it says HGE. So there you go. Gold electroplate. So that's plated gold. So anytime you see that HGE, that is gold electroplate. And that is on just some sort of base metal. So wish that one was gold. But, oh, this one, I think this one is gold. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. 10 karat gold. Look at the oxidation on 10 karat gold. So that's a learning moment. A little bit of a problem here, like some dents from the inside. And not sure how that got there, but someone was very talented to get those dents there. And do I sound more calm today? You want to know why I am? Because I used this like calming oil on my wrists this morning. And normally my mood or my speed is hyperactive. But I'm so much more calm this morning. A little diamond. And that's 10 karat white gold onyx. That's a beautiful gents ring. So that's kind of a bonus because, most of these things, I don't want to say they're going to be paid for because that's not exactly accurate. But I'm going to make a decent amount of money. And I was glad that I marched myself right back to her and gave her additional money before I left the other day. Because I was trying to be the most fair. And I don't want to say that's why she picked me. I think there's other layers to why she chose me, and it's not like she picked me over other people, but I was just grateful that she unlocked her safe and cleaned it out and decided to give me an opportunity. I've often said we don't need to find things, sometimes they find us in this business. This is fire agate. It's a beautiful one because it's purple, blue, and green. And then there's that orange and yellow, which it's normally known for. Sterling silver mounting as a pendant, and that's a very large and beautiful fire agate. This was one of my favorites of hers, and I had asked her where she got it, and she wasn't sure. She didn't remember. But that is Egyptian. That is 800 silver and a faience scarab. Age on the scarab, not exactly sure. I know it would be more contemporary, and then you can see all the Egyptian hallmarks for the silver content on the outside, and these are almost always 800 silver. But look at that, the Ankh and the Uraeus. I'm not sure what this one is, so in the comments, and a lotus on this side, so that's the lotus flower. But that's definitely Uraeus and scarab, and then the lotus, the open lotus. Really remarkable bracelet. I love that one a lot. I might actually keep that one. I don't know. I just have to, again, remember about myself, like, that I don't have to sell everything I touch. This is half of a buckle. I hope the other half is in there. So I don't know if it is. She did have some DTR mixed in, and this is one of the DTR pendants. And I was very happy with this because it's that ruby zoisite. And I liked the forced stone, almost cobblestone. And I like that directionalness of this. And then the stamping on the bail, kind of mimicking that path through those stones. Again, sizable, but I can beat retail by a mile. A beautiful Victorian brooch. Absolutely wonderful. That is either rolled gold or just gold plated. But beautiful repoussé on the flowers and very dimensional. A very large Victorian brooch. Again, Victorian jewelry, for some reason here locally, is getting... Oh, and this one's Victorian too. I do remember this. So there are a lot of surprises in here that I didn't remember because I didn't really go through it very well. I did sit with her for quite some time. And then I wanted to go back and spend more time with her because I realized now that, like, even when people are sometimes distant or quiet, it doesn't mean they don't like you. It just means that maybe something else is on their mind. This is black onyx and then 14 karat gold, half pearls, and a beautiful, beautiful bar brooch, Victorian. You could definitely hang a pendant watch from that as well, where that little squiggle is. And that reminds me, let me show you this that's on the top of the light box. Stopped at a yard sale. No, these weren't. Oh, two of these were from a yard sale, and two of these were from another antique dealer. And this is, I wanted to show you this mark right here, because people love to learn on my channel. So that mark right there, let's see if we can go in on it. Let's see if the phone will cooperate. There, right there. So that little, it looks like a harp. It's like two snakes back to back with a line through the center. Almost looks like a fancy pitchfork or a what we used to hold our music with on our musical instruments in school, that little clip. But that's the stylized kind of harp. And that's for Sloan and Company. Sloan and Company was extremely well known at the turn of the last century. The lever there says 1915, maybe 1918, marked 14 karat gold. So now that's free. And it weighs a lot. And I stuck the rings on there so I wouldn't lose them. Look at that beautiful little diamond in 14 karat gold. And then this one is gold, 14 karat, and this chunky one is 14 karat gold. There's that contemporary gold rush. So I think that bundle, let me turn my scale on and I'll tell you right now. I think in the whole bundle I have $30 in it. No, maybe like $40 in it. Wow, I didn't know this. It's, oh my gosh. Oh, I just won the lottery. It's 9 grams. 9 grams of 14 karat gold. And, you know, per gram, it's like scrap is, I think, like 60 today because the gold market is, you know, so volatile and up and down. But it's really nice to see that gold is being respected. So Oh, I love those. Oh, and then if you love diamonds, please go over to the Burton video because that was still out on my desk because I wore it the other day. And before I put it away in my safe, I wanted to show you one more time. That is the platinum and diamond brooch. So if you like really fine jewelry, I usually don't, buy like this. I usually buy, I hand select everything. Sterling silver, thimble, and ring. I'm going to set some of these outside the box while I continue to look. There's the sterling mark on that thimble. So I think, oh, and there was like, look at this. I do remember that sweet little baby, but look at the color of that ocean pearl. That's definitely Navajo, and it's stuck on this spoon by Frank Whiting. Sterling salt spoon. Isn't that cool? So let's set those in there. And this is going to take a little bit longer than I had expected. Some costume jewelry, some more sterling silver, and this is red jasper, turquoise, and sterling. Probably by a contemporary designer. Maybe it's J. King. I'm not sure, but it's the coil style. But I did like those stones. Very well selected, and I like the balance of how they have these stations. And as a contemporary silversmith, I do respect design in such simple things, and they make people happy because they're extremely wearable. I think there's a lot of sterling silver parts. Let me go after some more notable things. Beautiful turquoise ring, very small size, but those always sell, and that's circa late 1950 into 1960. This one is definitely considered arts and crafts. So these dated anywhere between 1910 and 1930. So there's that transition from arts and crafts into Art Deco, but definitely arts and crafts construction with that wire shank system, and then the undercarriage, and then that applied almost fleur-de-lis. Those are genuine lapis. So these are getting really hard to find, and the price has soared. So that was, I loved it. And, years ago, I would have committed that to my personal collection. There's some chains and some costume. Let me get all these little pieces, parts out. There is some silver mixed in, and maybe the other earring to this is in here. So just remember that, if that other earring, if we find that, that's kind of cool. But these are just costume chains. I kind of want them out of the way. This is great. Malachite, sterling silver, magnificent. JT, I've had several pieces by JT over the years, and again, I used to know the mark, and now it's here and gone. Probably Navajo. Beautiful, almost squash blossom design with the tendrils, the leaf, and the flower. Some people call that a feather. I don't argue about it. I go, would you put a feather with a flower? I would. But that seems more leaf-like in its form. Malachite, beautiful stone. There was, oh, and let me tell you, my mom and my friend Tori had decided that they wanted things out of it. So I gave my mom a lapis and sterling silver bracelet because she's my mom and I can do whatever I want. And Tori, my best friend, wanted the Malachite. It was this amazing. I'll put it on my community page eventually. Sterling silver leaf. She wanted a malachite, custom made malachite and sterling silver pendant. It's great big. It's huge. And I would do anything for my best friend Tori. And she reminded me to slow down. She's been concerned about me and how I crank out my content, and I've made YouTube a job, and she was like, you've never made anything you've enjoyed a job, so slow down. And I was like, you know what? I usually don't take advice from anyone except for my mom and my best friends. And sure enough, she's right. And a lot of you have been concerned of the constant cranking out of the content. And she was like, slow down. So I gave her the malachite pendant. And I think the other stones were Herkimer diamonds. This is a Victorian photo frame that's a brooch. So they would put a photo in there, like a tin type. Beautiful glassy enamel frame with that alternating turquoise and white. 1870, maybe 1880-ish. No fighting over, a 10-year span. Sterling silver elephant with a beautiful ruby eye. Likely I might keep this. I like the gesture. I like the grace. After all, it's like kind of at a point going to be free, so why not? Oh, I love this. I forgot about this, and now it's stuck on something else. So look at this. 14 karat gold, beautifully constructed, and it's totally stuck on this chain. Oh no. Let's see if I can get it out of there. Hold on, I'm going to pause and get that out of there. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, so I didn't get it out of here just yet. I'm still working on it. Some days I'll tell you. All right, so here we go. Yep, now I got it. All you have to do is relax. Tori's right. But she's known me forever, and she's known that I've been hyper my whole life. It's just the way I've always been. Garnet and beautiful. And look at the seed pearls and 14 karat gold. It's my birthstone. So maybe that, I don't know. That might be a gift to my mom. I'll ask her. We'll see, And if it's not, I'll bring it to the sale. Amethyst, beautiful sterling silver, wonderful cabochons. I'll tell you, very diverse grouping, and that's what I like to see in such collections. Oh, now I remember these. All right, and these aren't going to be a keep, but I don't think I'm going to bring these to YouTube. I think I'll list these on eBay. Look at these for incredible jadeite and solid gold cufflinks. Look at that, and I've often told people, look how gold oxidizes, everyone. Look at that rich oxidation across the surface. Just remember, gold does oxidize and it does tarnish, and that's right on the surface, but that's solid gold, and look at the way they constructed these. Check out those hallmarks as well. Let's see what it's got it marked, what carat weight. Yeah, 14K it looks like. So yeah, pretty incredible for jadeite cufflinks. And a very specialized market for these. So those could be extremely valuable. I would guess that they would do very, very well. I know that there's a mate to this one, and unfortunately, the way I redid the box, I don't know where the other one went. We'll set it right there. This is Nikki Butler, garnet, moonstone, and rhodolite garnet. So deep red bohemian garnet, and then rhodolite, and then moonstone in the center. And that's Nikki Butler. And very lovely, because I like the size of it. Sometimes Nikki Butler ones, crosses get very large. Elgin pocket watch, that's Art Deco. So if you love a good Art Deco pocket watch, I don't know if it runs. Let's try. Let's see if we can get it to go. Let's move this and see if we can get this to go. Let's give it a wind. Oh, it wants to. Oh, it wants to. It's trying. I can hear it. It's trying. So I might have to work on that a little bit. I don't know what this paper goes to. Oh, there was a pair of earrings by Ray Tracy. I've had earrings. They're feathers. Let me look for those real quick, because you got to see them. There's a lot of little flatware spoons. This is a wax seal, and it might be, let's see here. It's signed here. A lot of times these are Tiffany. This is sterling. Oh, that's Blackington. So the B with the sword through it, that is, just so everyone knows, that's Blackington. I don't need to look it up, but that's one I'll always remember. And it's a desk wax seal. So they would engrave the initials here and then stamp the wax on letters. Beautiful sterling silver. This one might be, this one's Scandinavian. There you go. Denmark, probably. Sterling. Let's see what the mark is on this one. I know it. No, I'm not going to come up with it. I thought it could have been Anton Mikkelsen, but it's not. Oh well, I don't know the mark on that one. Sterling silver, this one. And so when everyone says, oh, he thinks he's a know-it-all. No, I don't. I don't know everything. Oh, I hope the rest of the pen is here, because that's a great pen. Schaefer Lifetime, because the little dot. That's a Schaefer Lifetime, probably sterling. I don't know if the rest of the pen is here, but these are all sterling silver. I think there's more somewhere in the box, but these are all sterling, little souvenir spoons. And then I loved when they turned the salt spoons into pins. And I used to collect these, and then I'd wear like kind of like a cascade of them. So can you imagine if you had these and like had a cascade of them like pinned on a shirt, or if you alternated them, like put this one here and then another one the opposite way, and kind of like a zigzag or a chevron design as you wear them. I've always loved those. These beads were great. I wasn't really sure on the stone, but I thought that was really great and beautifully done. For those almost tumbled, but they still had some panels to them. Thought those were lovely, sterling silver. And I just can't believe that she opened up her safe for me, that she was like, here, this is all my lockbox treasures that I've loved for years. Love these handmade chains. Now they're going for a fortune because everyone understands the price of silver is up, but look how that is all hand constructed. Look at the way that sterling silver chain. I love these contemporary chains. Most are Bali, Indonesia, and the like. This was costume, and it was all tangled like this, so sorry about the jumble, but you're going to have to just bear with it. I'm not going to get it out of there. But this was costume, and then these are probably like that. I don't like the term sponge coral, but I'll say it because I'll say it. Sterling silver heart, and then this one is just stuck to it. So I'll untangle that, and sterling silver findings on the coral beads. But very lovely. I kind of like the combo. But again, extremely sellable. Like someone else would bring that on and sell it on eBay or Etsy or YouTube or wherever. They'd sell that for, and it's fine, like $50 or, whatever. I'm going to sell it for way less because I want to have a celebration as well. And if I had already, by the airing of this video, hit the 25,000 subscriber mark, that'd be great because I think I'm really close. But I wasn't watching the numbers again. Oh, there's wear to that. Maybe that'll be a giveaway. Maybe I'll just give that away. I'll give it away as a freebie. Oh, it does have the bracelet, and I think the earrings might be here as well. Looks like most of the stones are still there. Beautifully constructed. A lot of those were by listener or Coro, one or the other. This was great. I didn't study this. And we're still on the lookout for the feather earrings for those Ray Tracy. I've had his work before. Ray Tracy, very talented silversmith. This is a great set now that I looked at it. Look at that. I'm glad those were bagged up. Sterling silver rhinestone and screwback earrings, the horseshoe and the nail. Really unique design. Late 1940s, possibly into the 1950s. Sterling silver and fantastic. So that's definitely going to come to a sale. Horse-themed jewelry and horseshoe-themed jewelry always sells. Some sort of really cool charm bracelet. Look at that. Even though it's not sterling, look at the little beds with the little hearts. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. I've never seen that charm before. Sterling silver on the rest of it. Oh, no, yeah, there's the other earring. Okay, cool. Now I got the other earring to that drop earring. Sterling silver. You remember the one from earlier? In the comments section, if you want to leave what your favorite piece is, or the pieces that you like, and again, tell me, would you have bought this collection for $2,500 and had a ton of scrap gold and a gigantic gold watch? The watch was this big around. And it was solid 14 karat, and I told her the value. I told her the value. I told her what it was worth, and I said, this is what it's worth, but this is what I can pay for the whole box. And she was okay with it. I cannot find that other earring. Let's see if I can put some other earrings out. Here it is. Okay. Got those. Pierced earrings, sterling silver, Native American, really incredibly well done. The turquoise is beautiful, and look at that shadow box design. Really fantastic. I love those. Now, where's the other one? Here it is. All right. I know there's pairs to most things. I know. Because she did not, she had, she had this, if you have a collection like this, you're going to have a pair, is my point. Turquoise, fantastic. These are Mexican. These are not native. At least they should not be. Let me take a quick peek and see. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, there we go. It says made in Mexico. All right, so there you go. There you go. Turquoise and fantastic. That'll sell quick. J. King, another one. DTR. Desert Rose Trading. And fantastic stone. Definitely a gorgeous, looks like a landscape or a moody sky. Doesn't that look like you could put a figure on here and it'd be Gustav Klimt? It's got that. Or Van Gogh, even better. Like a Van Gogh landscape. Mother Nature had a great day that day. Solid sterling silver mounting. I think this one hat pin is solid gold on the top. I think that's 14 karat, more than likely. And then this one is just brass, but very lovely, very ornate. This one might go into my hat pin collection. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to. I don't think, yeah, I'm gonna stick this one in my hat pins, and then this one will be for sale. So I'll leave that one in. I only kept 1, 2, 3 things so far, so not bad. I'm getting better at the whole not keeping things. This is beat up, but a very old buckle ring. It's very cool. I did set this out, and I didn't talk about it yet. Beautiful filigree. So fantastically made in a panel style or station style. And most of these are, yeah, I was going to say Asian, or they're from Portugal. Sometimes they're Mexican. This one's definitely looks to be Chinese. So, yeah, it looks to be Chinese construction on that one. Fantastic, early, wonderful. And I love the style of it. This is costume and just costume stones, plastic or acrylic. And then, oh, this. But I think it was broken. Oh, this big feather is great. I think it might be Danecraft or maybe one of those art ones. True Art. Let's see here. Danecraft Sterling. Look at the size of that feather and how it curves. Very reminiscent of the late 1940s into the late 1950s. Circa dating based on style. This one was great, but it's broken here. But I can resolder that. But look how many sterling charms are on the outside. So I don't think I have any true money in the silver stuff. Let me look at gram weight on that. I'm going to say it's 60 grams. Oh my gosh, 54.9. So I'm still on my A game. And that's because, like, just putting it in my hand, over the decades of just feeling silver and gold, you can sometimes tell what the things will weigh. This Art Deco brooch is incredible. So this Deco brooch, carved carnelian and sterling silver, probably German. We'll take a closer look at that. So yeah, please let me know what your favorite was in the video. And general view of Niagara Falls. But look at this souvenir. I have never seen the enamel as a butterfly before. I've never seen this pin before. I thought I had seen every single view of a tourist piece of the views of Niagara Falls before. I've never seen this one. So that's Limoges enamel, glass enamel, as a butterfly's wing in brass. Wow, and an old one. That is fantastic. So anyone that loves that, that'll be coming to the sale. This one was interesting, and I couldn't read the mark on it. So let's go way in on this. And sometimes I will use my phone. I have never seen this either. CCP. So obviously no longer in existence. And wow. Holy cow for a Russian. Does have a little chip on the enamel right there. That's unfortunate. But what an odd design. I don't know what they were going for. Wow. It's like you think about pine trees, but I don't feel that from this. Look at that stippled background as well. I love the negative space. I love the 3. I love the repetition of form. Those little stippled dots. I love the shape of this and that it's slightly curved. Interesting, to say the least. That is interesting. Here is one of the, I believe these are the Ray Tracy earrings. If I can find the other one real quick. If I can't find it, you'll just have to bear with me. Oh, a baby food pusher. It's like a little pusher for baby food. That's what that was used for. Sterling silver. So yeah, that's the only thing this was used for, is pushing the baby food across the tray to kind of shovel the baby's food together. All those things had a purpose, which is, let me pull this. No, I'm not going to pull this out. I'm just going to tip and look. There is so much cool stuff in the bottom. So if I don't get to all of this, because I don't want to drone on and bore anybody, if I don't get to all this, just come over to the sale. I am going to try my best to get this up by, so you guys just, oh, this one is gold. This one's 14 karat and extremely heavy. Extremely heavy. I didn't want to melt that one down. Oh, and this one's gold too. Wait. That one's gold. Very thin, but that one's still gold. Let me set the gold ones out. So those two are gold. Extremely heavy. So yeah, that was awesome. Where's the other Ray Tracy earring? Okay, let's get all these chains out. Sterling silver. This one is sterling silver, and this is a beautiful sterling silver bracelet. So that's all sterling. So that'll come to the sale. Maybe this one won't because it's got a break to the chain. So that'll be scrapped. Because I can't fix it. Because those, and then everyone's like, well, you have to fix it. And I go, no, I don't, because I have a life. And not only that, I don't mean it that way, but I do mean it in a way that it's not worth. Where did the other earring go? All right, it's in there somewhere. And then this one has a ring stuck to it, and I don't know why that is. Let's see if we can get this off of here. And thanks again for joining in for this amazing sort. And I just got very lucky. Petrified wood, sterling silver, turquoise and sterling silver. Extremely well crafted and beautifully made. Native. This one has the earrings, I think. Let's get this out of here too. Well, I'll look at that because I don't want anyone yelling and saying, wait a minute, you didn't show that one thing. And I'll go, darn it, I didn't keep everyone happy in my videos. And that's a no-no. Well, I don't know where the other feather is. Everyone probably sees it and they're like, wait, you just keep going by it. Hold on, I'm going to pause the video. Wait 1 sec. I can't see. All right, so I'm back, and guess what? I did fish some stuff out of here, but there's a ton left. I'm not going to do the rest of this because I'll just tell you, there's Renoir palette copper earrings, a great dragonfly, some crosses, a beautiful Art Deco brooch, a whole bunch more sterling silver, sterling here, wonderful shell and sterling earrings in the bottom of the box, sterling hoops, a ton of really beautiful costume, and another sterling chain in the bottom, snap cufflinks, and a wonderful locket. So if that trips your trigger and you start to love some of that, please come over to the sale. And I am going to make sure now that it happens July 1st. So Tuesday, July 1st on Bully Run. This is Tiger Iron. Beautiful DTR set, solid sterling silver, incredibly well crafted, pierced earrings, very, very heavy, very substantial. So there's that. I'll just start putting these things right back in. I fished this out because I said to myself, a lot of people have asked for more vintage rhinestone pieces, and I've said, absolutely. This reminds me of Bogoff or Weiss or Kramer. I don't know who it is, and if it's signed, fantastic, but it's that kind of festoon style necklace. Probably signed up here. Oh, it's none of them. It's Leda, Leda. Leda, or Lido. And I've had this, I can't tell you, 50, 60 times in my lifetime. That'll be very affordable. And probably there will be some big bundles as well, because we like to keep people happy. Also at the sale, I believe that I already had set out a whole bunch of gold and diamonds, but not a whole bunch, but I had gold and diamonds as well. So if you like the fine jewelry, this appears to be Robert Lee Morris. Robert Lee Morris signed underneath, sterling silver, very beautifully done. And I've often loved that kind of nestled toggle, how that nestles into that kind of soft spot. So that's silver and turquoise, beautiful stones. This one's still in the bag. It's just an Art Deco sterling silver gents ring with a faux lapis stone in it. These are very interesting as well, and I did get very lucky. I'm so glad that she chose me. So honey, if you're watching this video, I want to say a major thank you for this. I want to thank you for allowing me to make some money. I want to thank you for your trust. I want you to know how much you mean to me. And I told you that, I was honest with you, and I told you that YouTube almost started to feel like a job. And you looked at me and you said, just take your time, take some days off, and settle down. And you have to enjoy it. And when I read your card after I left and knew that I had kept you company, it changed my perspective, and it made me want to fight back and create more content. So thank you for encouraging me. I really do appreciate it. And to all the people that don't watch, that aren't subscribed, could you please hit the subscribe button for me right now? It's the only way I can keep my channel going and also keep my channel free without charging memberships. So I really appreciate you just hitting the subscribe button for me. And also to all the wonderful people that have watched me since the beginning, I appreciate your loyalty. I appreciate your friendship. And I want you to know how much this journey really, truly means to me. And Tori had said to me, when she was here, she said, I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy that you're willing to share with the world. Because I had been shut off and closed down for the vast majority of my life. And just unsure as to, who to trust, how to trust. And I'm so incredibly grateful. So I just want to say thank you again, and please hit the subscribe button. I found the Ray Tracy earrings, and these are sterling silver. And let me show you Ray Tracy's signature so you'll never forget it. These are called Eagle Feathers, the design, sterling silver. And there's the Ray Tracy design, so it looks like an R crossed with a T. Just remember that because, fairly collectible for a contemporary maker. And let me show you here. So yeah, there it is, like an R and a T. And then information on Ray Tracy. Interesting. Very, very interesting that... I don't know, just great. And then I will sell those and keep the information with them. It's always best to keep the paperwork with your items. And then these are sterling silver Mexican drop earrings as I continue to shake because I had a little too much coffee this morning. So I'm amped up even though my mouth isn't keeping up with me today. It's a first, I'm sure there's tons of people who will be happy about that. And then this set and one more piece, and I'm going to call it. So this is DTR as well. So again, rhetorical question. Would you have purchased this amazing box, sold a gigantic pocket watch? Like when I say gigantic, I mean it was the largest and one of the coolest antique pocket watches, and I did have to sell it. I can't keep everything, and with the price of gold, they paid a very good price, so I had to let it go. This Deco one was wonderful, basket design, and loved the station in sterling silver. So that'll definitely come over to the sale. So all right, in summation, hopefully I will be able to get an appropriate preview up for the sale. I thank you so much for joining in, and what I will say is go forth with peace and kindness. I appreciate you stopping in and watching me go through this. Love these gold rings. That one, unfortunately, was probably tested by someone who didn't know what they were doing. But check that one out, how thick that is. I said yes. So yeah, I look over at this box and I say to myself, I'm really blessed and very, very thankful for this opportunity. I just want to say go forth with peace and kindness. Hopefully I'll see you soon, and thanks for stopping in. I will say, because it's 100% true, and I hope you feel it rather than just having me say it, and definitely let it soak in. I absolutely, positively love you because I do.